Hey everybody, welcome to a special edition of the Morgan Trials. When all this started, when I first started making YouTube videos, it was all about tech. I'm a tech guy. So with iOS 15 coming out yesterday as we record this video, people have asked, what's new in iOS? Like I get text messages all the time. So here's a quick, 15-minute video highlighting all of the new stuff and what you can do with it in iOS 15. So what else new in it? Well, there's a ton. Nothing is groundbreaking, but there's a lot of really cool features coming in there. So we're going to cover off with all the stuff that applies to iPhone and iPad first, and then at the end, if you want to skip forward, it has everything that's going to be new about iPadOS 15. All right, so first, FaceTime. While some of you may use it, I think anybody with kids definitely use it, but it's got some cool, fun stuff coming, including what's called SharePlay. Essentially, if you're watching a show on Disney Plus and you want to watch it with some other people, you can all watch it together at the exact same time and kind of communicate while you do it. It works on the Apple TV, the iPhone, the iPad, everything. But where this really gets cool is you can listen to the same songs together instead of just trying to play it over the microphone. But you can also finally share your screen. So where does this matter? You're calling your mom and she's having problems. She can't get her phone to work. Something's not working. Now she can share her screen and you can walk her through it and you can see what she's seeing. To me, this is groundbreaking. So FaceTime also has some other cool stuff. You can now schedule meetings just like in Teams or WebEx or anything like that. You can now share a link to a scheduled FaceTime meeting and other people can join. But what's cool about this, it finally works for things other than iPhone. So you can invite somebody that still uses an Android or somebody on a Windows computer or something like that, and you can all be on the same FaceTime call together through a scheduled meeting. Pretty cool. All right, so for messages, a couple of cool things here. The biggest one is things are going to start being a lot more rich. If somebody shares 20 pictures, remember it used to just be a bunch of pictures down in a row. Now they go into a collection and you can click on it, scroll through it. It's a lot better. Everything's a lot more rich. If they send links, they're a lot more rich. If somebody shares something with you, it shows up as a shared item. It's really pretty neat. If they share a bunch of pictures with you, now when you go into photos, there will be shared collections. What have people shared with you in messages now shows up as a collection in your Photos app that you can view and browse all you want without them being stuck over in the Messages app. So another pretty cool feature. You'll notice in the past there was do not disturb and there was do not disturb while driving and these cool little focus modes. Well, now focus goes across the entire thing. You can have an at work focus mode where the only emails and texts that'll come through will be people from work. Everything else is silenced. No notifications from Candy Crush or whatever you play. It really lets you focus on what you're doing. It'll even send a status that says, hey, I'm focusing on work right now. I'll text you when I'm done or something like that. They can then force their way through and say, hey, this is an emergency, etc. So you're not completely blocked out, but it really gives you a chance to silence all the noise around you. So pretty cool. Play around with the focus modes. With the focus modes, there's also new improved notifications. You've got a much more visually rich notification system. You'll see a bunch of cool stuff, but notifications can also be sent as a daily summary. It's like, hey, don't send me all these. Just send me one daily summary of all the Facebook notifications I missed or something like that. So yet another way to really kind of clean up all the notifications. Maps have gotten a lot more detailed. There's a whole new visual interface, and coming later this year, there's actually going to be 3D navigation. There's going to be a lot more transit information. I think that's actually there now. When you zoom out, it'll actually show you a globe view. Just kind of some updates on maps, but I'll be honest, I've been using it. It's much more interactive and much more in-depth than even what Google's been offering. Safari got a big upgrade. Safari, for all the big phones where you were reaching up to the top to input stuff, the bar is now at the bottom. So don't go reaching up top to input the website. It's now at the bottom. But what's neat is you can scroll through all of your different tabs without going into it. You just swipe your finger on the website bar and it'll go between your open tabs. So kind of a better navigation for that. In the world of the iOS wallet or the Apple wallet, In certain states already, Arizona and Georgia, they're going to be rolling out where you don't even have to carry your identification if you don't want to. You can keep it in your Apple Wallet. It doesn't actually show the picture. It's not all that type of information. But if you go to the TSA, you'll be able to tap your phone and it will verify who you are, all that information. It's all secure. It's encrypted. They actually verify that it's you by using facial scans the same way it does with the Face ID. It sends it to the DMV. They verify it's you, all that before it puts in there. But yet another way, it's one less thing that you've got to worry. Oh, I left my wallet, stuff like that. It's all in the Apple Wallet. There's some other things that are coming. You'll be able to unlock your house, unlock all that stuff where before you have to use another app. Smart homes will now be able to use the Apple Wallet to unlock. Same with a hotel key. They give you your key. You just tap it. It lets you in without having to get the cards at the front desk. Pretty cool. All right, so Photos got some really cool updates. You can now do live text selection in Photos. So let's say you take a picture of a menu. Perfect for if you're looking at a wine list or something. You can take a picture of the menu and literally copy all the text, hit copy and paste to send the text from a menu. Let's say you're somewhere and it's in a different language. You can highlight the text and hit translate and it will translate it to English. That's pretty cool. Let's say you're in a foreign country. Everything's in Spanish. You can literally point the camera at it, tap on the text, and it will translate it live in the photo. But it can do a lot of other stuff with photos. So let's say there's a picture of a dog. Swipe up on it and it will actually tell you what type of dog it is. Have a picture of a flower, curious what it is, it'll tell you what the flower is. All sorts of things. Are you at a landmark? You see some really cool landmark or a piece of art and you're wondering what it is? Swipe up. It'll tell you what it is. Got a book? Take a picture of the book. It'll tell you all the information, take you to information. You'll even be able to buy the book just by pointing at the camera. To go along with that, if you swipe down on the home screen to search for things like a person or a website, it'll now be much more robust. Put in Wayne Morgan and it'll show you the contact information, messages that you've had with them. It'll show you the birthday. It'll show you where they're at if you share with Findmy, etc. Speaking of Findmy, it's actually going to stream in real time now. Before it was like once every 5 minutes you got an update on where your child is or your device. Now it's going to be a live stream, so it'll be live, kind of for people that use the Life 360 app. Findmy will work much closer to that. But the key here versus in a Life 360, if someone steals your phone or your iPad and they turn it off so you can't find it, that device will still use background power to transmit the location for up to 24 hours after it was turned off, so you can still find the device in case it was stolen and somebody turns it off, etc. All right, so the Health app gets pretty cool. So how many of you out there have a aged relative or something, or even a significant other that you want to share your health with or be notified when they have a health event? You can now securely share your health with someone else if you choose to. You have to request it and they have to send it. It's very secure. But let's say you've got an aged relative that you want to know if they fall. You want to know if their heart rate goes really elevated or drops really low. You want to know if they've got diabetes and their blood sugar spikes or drops. You can get notified the minute any of this happens for a relative. That's a huge update in the Health app. Okay, there was a bunch of this stuff about privacy. Well, privacy gets up to a whole nother world. So with Mail, it'll no longer transmit where you're at and a read receipt without you knowing it. A lot of companies send trackers. There's like, hey, did they open the email? Hey, where are they at? Where's everybody doing it? It will not transmit that by default any longer. It'll also, when you go to sign up for a website and it wants your email address, Apple will now give you the option to use an anonymous email address that will then forward to your email so that they don't get your email address and there's no longer your address going to all these different spam accounts. Huge. Also, built in, coming later this year, they're going to have what's called Private Relay. It's effectively a VPN built into your web browser. When you go to a website right now, they're always wanting to know exactly where you're at. They're wanting to know everything about you. No, it's going to be anonymous moving forward. They will get a general idea. Hey, they're in the state of Georgia, or hey, they're in and around the city of Atlanta, but it's not going to give your exact location, the exact house that you're in anymore. More pretty good privacy. The Weather app It's updated and now uses dark sky to give you real world, real time information all around the world. And it has a much better visualization and some really good widgets that you can use on the home screen too. If you're ever looking at something and you're like, hey, I want to share this with somebody, you could say, hey, Siri, share this photo with Wayne. Or, hey, send this website to Wayne. And it'll take it and send a text message to whoever you tell with that photo, that information. And if it's something that can't be shared easily, like a website or a photo, it'll take a screenshot of what you're looking at and send that to that person. Pretty cool. All right, now for iPad specifics. The big name of the game on iPad is multitasking. Whole new interface. I'll be honest, I've been using an iPad exclusively for a lot of stuff, including filming and recording and editing Fun Fact Friday. Almost everything can be done on a computer, can be done on an iPad. You can use your mouse, use your keyboard shortcuts, multitask with 2 screens and a float over screen, drag and drop between them. All of that's been possible. It's now been streamlined and it's even easier. With the new iOS 15, well, iPadOS on the iPad, you can now have widgets. You can have your home screen be nothing but widgets, live interactive, have your email, your to-do list, your calendar, your contacts, have the weather, have all that on one screen with interactive widgets, so you don't actually have to go into apps to do anything. You can do everything from widgets right on your home screen. That's gotten some huge new updates, so play with it. Hold down your finger on a widget, hit the plus button up in the corner, and take a look at all the widgets you've got available to you. Another big one on the iPad, and this is really the last big update on all of this, is Quick Notes. So if you drag your finger from the corner, or with an Apple Pencil, drag up from the corner, there's also shortcuts to do this, it'll create a quick note. In that quick note, let's say you're watching a video or you're on a Teams call and you want to make a note real quick, swipe up from the corner and you can make a note. You can add in quick links. You can add in a website, add a picture, drag and drop stuff into that note and then clear it out just so you've got notes for later. When you open the Notes app, there's now a folder called Quick Notes. In that Quick Notes is all of the notes that you've taken, so you don't have to open up a whole nother app. Just swipe up, take your note, swipe it away, and come back to it later. All right, so that's most of the updates for iOS 15. If you like content like this, let me know, comment down below, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll make more content like this. So, thanks for watching.